Hello everyone. In this lesson we are going to understand how to create custom parameters in the routing. See, already we have a default parameters, that is controller/action. We can add additional parameters as per your own requirements. Let's try to identify how to do that. Here, after the controller name/action name, we are adding one additional parameter, for example product ID. So this product ID can be anything at the execution time. So suppose at one time we are giving controller1/action1 product ID 101. Later we can give 102, 103, any number whatever you wish you can give there. So I am giving controller1/action1/101 as a product ID. So 101 is treated as a product ID here because the first word is the controller, second word is action, third word is a product ID. As per the sequence it will take. But in case if you give one more value, it will not be accepted because the URL route is ready to accept only 3 values totally, but we have supplied 4 values in total. So this pattern should match. But here the question is how to receive this particular product ID value in the actual code. For example, here you want to accept that, and accordingly you want to write relevant code based on the product ID. So here you can define parameters for the action method. For example, int product ID. This parameter name should be same as the parameter name what you mentioned here. And of course it is not a case sensitive. And this data type can be anything like int, string, or else can be anything. Automatically MVC framework will take care about the conversion. Now we just run this application. Now we are entering the URL controller1/action1/101. That has been received here. Now we can notice product ID is equal to 101. So here we can write relevant code to display the value in the output. Okay. Now what if we have given some different name here? For example, I am just giving department ID instead of product ID. So we are entering the same URL and we are giving the 101 as argument, but it is showing error saying that the parameters dictionary contains null entry, because we have given the value correctly and this value is treated as a product ID and a department ID is not supplied, and department ID is an integer data type. It doesn't accept the null value. So overall it is not possible to call this action method. So that is the reason you must maintain this particular parameter name same as this particular parameter whichever you mention. And in case if you want to make this parameter as optional parameter, we have to specify the default value, that is product ID is equal to URL parameter dot optional. Now this particular parameter is an optional parameter, so it is optional to pass the value for this product ID. In case if you don't supply the value for the product ID, automatically it will take it as null. And in order to accept null value, this int must be converted into nullable data type by adding a question mark. Now it is optional to pass the product ID, and if you don't pass the product ID value, it will take automatically null. In case if you supply the real value, that actual value will be taken to the parameter. See, it has called this particular action method and product ID is taken as null because we have not supplied any product ID there. Even we have given the controller name / action name but not supplying the product ID, then also it will take the product ID as null. In case if you enter the value, for example 201, that given value will be taken as the product ID. And we can give product ID is equal to product ID. We can concatenate and return the result. Now we can notice the product ID is displayed as response to the browser. In case if you give the product ID, suppose 201, that value only will be taken into product ID parameter and the same has been given to the browser as response. So this is how to work with the custom parameters in URL routing. And in the next lesson we are going to understand how to apply constraints to the parameters.